In the modern society, people find themselves isolated, human and nature isolated, modern and traditional isolated. But people are born with the inherent pursuit of their lost heaven in the distance by returning to the past, to the distant human society and nature, mountains, villages, fields, blue sky. The top 5 most beautiful villages in China listed here will extend your heart and soul traveling along your dreams. Number 1. Hongcn Village and City Village are located at the foot of the southwest side of Mount Huangshan. Wandering along these two ancient villages, you will find traditional Hui-style houses, ancestral temples, academies of classical learning, stone archways, white walls and gray tiles, beautifully painted windows, projecting horsehead walls, and stone slab bridge. Besides, the carving on stones, bricks and wood is the most renowned. Tourists can appreciate these exquisite carvings on door frames, lattice walls, columns and beams in the halls. Number 2. Cuandixia Village is located between Shuangshita Village and Baiya Village under the jurisdiction of Zhejiang Town in Mentugu District in Beijing. Lying about 90 kilometers west of Beijing, Cuandixia Village is an ancient village of over 400 years built in Ming and Qing dynasties with an area of 5.3 square kilometers. There are about 74 courtyards with 689 rooms, most of which were built in late Qing dynasties. Many of the local villagers, especially the young people, have left the village for the development in the big cities. But there are still approximately 29 households with 93 people living in the village. Most of the people in the village now live on the rural tourism, offering accommodation and dining for the visitors. Number 3. Jayadu Tibetan Village in Sichuan. A typical Jayarong Tibetan village, about 10 kilometers north of the downtown Danba. There are a slew of Jayarong Tibetan villages in the surrounding mountainous areas. Jayadu Tibetan Village, with 270 Tibetan houses, is oft lauded as the most grandeur and beautiful. Jayarong Tibetans, Jayarong Tibetans, are one of the branches of the ethnic Tibetans in Kham. Today most of the Jayarong Tibetans live in Danba, Rongtrek, Jinchuan, Zhiyun, Xinhua, Heshui, Droshu, Makang, Barkham, Wenchuan, Lungu, and Kangding, Dartseto. Except for a small number of Jayarong Tibetans living nomadic lifestyle on the high plateau, over 2,500 meters, most Jayarong Tibetans are farmers doing barley farming between 1,800 meters and 2,500 meters with fertile land and much more temperate climate. Number 4. Tulou clusters. Fuji and Tulou are largely composed of the clay buildings in the villages in Yongning County and Nanjing County in the southwest Fujian province. The Nanjing Tulou cluster boasts of 3 parts: Danluosh and Tulou cluster, Yaqinglu and Taixia village. Roughly Nanjing Tulou cluster are about 160 kilometers west of Xiamen and take 1 and 2.5 hours drive from Xiamen. Danluo and Tulou cluster are composed of 5 clay buildings, with a square Tulou at the center encircled by 4 circular Tulous, forming a pretty pattern of so-called 4 dishes with 1 soup. Number 5. Zhiyun Kyanumi village is situated southeast of Kali City, 26 kilometers away from Guiyang, the capital city of Jiaju province. There are about 1,000 households in the village, hence the name of Kyanumi village. Qianhu means 1,000, the Lirgit Miao village in China as well as in the world. Now the village has 1,288 households with a population of over 6,000. The village is perched on the slope in the valley with Baishui River running through. Over the past 1,000 years, the local Miao farmers have cultivated large amount of terraced fields on the mountains, forming the most idyllic farmland. Zhiyun Kyanumi village is also famous for the stilt house, Jiaju house, built on the stilts of different heights, mostly by the river or on slopes or mountain areas,